My name is Buster. I'm a dog. Life was normal. Wake up, eat, nap, chase squirrels, the usual. One day, everything changed. It was a day like any other, or so I thought. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and I decided to take a walk in the park to clear my mind. Little did I know, this ordinary walk would turn into an extraordinary adventure that would change my life forever. As I strolled through the park, I noticed a squirrel darting across the path. It was a curious little creature with bright eyes and a bushy tail. I couldn't help but follow it, intrigued by its playful energy. The squirrel led me on a merry chase, weaving through the trees and bushes. I laughed as I tried to keep up, feeling a sense of childlike wonder that I hadn't experienced in years. Suddenly, the squirrel took a sharp turn and disappeared behind a large oak tree. I hurried after it, my heart pounding with excitement. When I rounded the tree, I found myself standing in front of a stage. It was a big stage with bright lights and a microphone standing in the center. I looked around, bewildered. How had I ended up here? The squirrel was nowhere to be seen, but the stage seemed to beckon me. I hesitated for a moment, then took a deep breath and stepped up onto the platform. The microphone stood tall and imposing, and I could feel the weight of the moment pressing down on me. I had never been one for public speaking, but something about this stage felt different. It felt like an opportunity, a chance to share my voice with the world. I took another deep breath and approached the microphone. As I stood there, I realized that this was my moment. This was the big change I had been waiting for. The chance to step out of my comfort zone and embrace the unknown. I closed my eyes, gathered my thoughts, and began to speak. The words flowed out of me, and I felt a sense of liberation and empowerment that I had never felt before. In that moment, I knew that my life would never be the same. The ordinary walk in the park had turned into an extraordinary journey of self-discovery and transformation. And it all started with a curious little squirrel in a big stage with a microphone. People were laughing, cameras were flashing. The atmosphere was electric, filled with an energy that was both exhilarating and terrifying. I could feel the heat of the spotlights on my face, and the sound of the crowd's laughter echoed in my ears. It was a surreal moment, one that I had never imagined I would find myself in. The audience seemed to be enjoying themselves immensely, and the flashing cameras captured every second of the unfolding drama. I didn't know what to do. My mind was racing, and my heart was pounding in my chest. I could feel the sweat starting to form on my forehead as I stood there, frozen in the spotlight. The audience's eyes were all on me, waiting for my next move. I felt a wave of panic wash over me, and for a moment I considered running off the stage. But then I remembered something my grandmother used to say, "When in doubt, be yourself." So I did what I do best. I barked. The crowd went wild. The sound of their cheers was deafening, and I could see the smiles on their faces. It was as if a switch had been flipped, and suddenly I was no longer the nervous wreck standing on stage. I was a performer, and the audience loved it. The more I barked, the louder they cheered. It was an incredible feeling, one that I will never forget. In that moment, I realized that sometimes the most unexpected actions can lead to the most extraordinary outcomes. Suddenly, I was famous. The news spread like wildfire, and before I knew it, I was being invited to talk shows, interviews, and even a few movie auditions. It was a whirlwind of excitement and new experiences, and I embraced every moment of it. Looking back, I can hardly believe how a simple bark changed my life forever. Everyone knew my name. I was on TV. It all started when I was just a pup. My owners noticed I had a certain charm, a charisma that made people smile. They decided to enter me into a local talent show, and to everyone's surprise, I won. That was the beginning of my journey to fame. Soon, I was appearing on local news segments, and before I knew it, I was a regular guest on national TV shows. People couldn't get enough of me. They loved my tricks, my playful antics, and my adorable face. I became a household name, and everywhere I went, people recognized me. They would stop me on the street, asking for photos and autographs. It was surreal. I even had my own brand of dog food. It was called Buster's Barkin' Bites, and it was a huge hit. The idea came about when my owners noticed how much I loved a particular homemade recipe they made for me. They thought, why not share this with other dogs? So they partnered with a local pet food company, and Buster's Barkin' Bites was born. The food was made with all natural ingredients, and it was designed to be both delicious and nutritious. Dogs everywhere loved it, and it quickly became one of the top-selling dog foods on the market. I even got to star in the commercials, which was a lot of fun. I would do my tricks and show off how much I loved the food. It was a great way to connect with my fans and share something I truly enjoy. Buster's Barkin' Bites. It was crazy. The success of the dog food brand opened up even more opportunities for me. I got to travel to different cities for promotional events, meet other famous pets, and even attend award shows. It was a whirlwind of excitement and adventure. But through it all, I never forgot where I came from. I was just a regular dog who got lucky, and I was grateful for every moment. My owners always made sure I stayed grounded and reminded me to enjoy the simple things in life, like a good belly rub or a game of fetch. Being a famous dog was amazing, but at the end of the day, I was happiest just being with my family and enjoying the little things that made life special. I still chase squirrels. Fame couldn't change that. I guess some things never change, even for a famous dog like me.